starting point is the political will to use this solution. Often it is not as difficult as it may seem, because biogas is a resource that exists in many cities already. Natural gas and gas vehicles exist in many cities in Europe. We have a European network of natural gas pipelines.
One of the questions raised by the European Commission is how to develop the market of biomethane use. One of the issues is the development of a network of distribution points, and this network is necessary in order to make sure that the car manufacturer will propose new vehicles to the market.
What we also see is that sometimes there has to be economic incentives for fleets to start working, because there are extra costs for buying vehicles. There is an extra cost of setting up infrastructure. We know that biomethane is slightly more expensive than natural gas, so this has to be compensated for in some way. Therefore, we see that some countries have tax benefits for clean fuels, and that is very, very helpful. In Sweden, for instance, there is no tax on biofuels, which means that biomethane is actually cheaper than petrol and diesel, and which means that it has an advantage. It is easier for bus fleets, for waste collection companies, for taxi companies to start using this fuel. They could actually gain money from it, some at the same time as they are fulfilling the political objectives.
Our region is a very crowded region. We are 10 million people with a lot of vehicles. We have more than 7 million, so we have a big problem with air pollution. The struggle against air pollution began 10 years ago, and we decided to enforce new laws and to use heavily the regulation leverage to prevent air pollution and to support new initiatives. We made a big effort to support financially the entrepreneur to build up new natural gas stations, and the people, the city users, to change their cars by financial support to change the vehicles, buying a new one, more ecological, natural gas especially.
We also have the instrument of tendering public fleets. For instance, the contract for a bus fleet, the contract for waste collection, taxi service for school children or elderly people. These are often tendered by a public body of some kind. And what you could have is to introduce criteria in this procurement that you have to have a certain amount of renewable fuel, for instance, in this transport. You start at a low level, for instance 10% renewable fuel in a couple of years, and then you increase this, so you get a stepwise introduction of biofuels.